Alright guys, so back in the Golf VIII GTI, but this time with the RaceChip GTS Black Performance Enhancement.
It's a huge improvement over stock.
The difference definitely should be noticeable.
Pretty sure we can drop the 100 to 200 times by a lot.
When you drove this tuned, look at it, there's no way you're going back to stock. Welcome back to the second episode about our Golf VIII GTI. In our last episode we showed you how the car behaves in stock and if it actually delivers the promised power numbers on a dyno. Today we're gonna have a look at the tuned vehicle.
As we saw in the first episode, the car performs already quite good in stock. So we're gonna figure out how much we can get out of it with our tune. I can tell you engine has a great tuning potential, and obviously we're going to measure 100 to 200 as well. So I would say let's do that. Guys, tuning Golf VIII GTI, we did spend a lot of time for the development, develop different software files, so everything is really on point and perfect. About the stock engine, car is running Lambda 1 all over the RPM range, so yeah, if you are from America, you might use air to fuel ratio. We're gonna show you some screens here or there or somewhere else, so you can check the values. They're basically with the tune same as stock. Lambda also around 1, a little bit richer at the top, but that's perfectly fine. Also exhaust gas temperature we show you in the screen, it's basically as stock, which is really cool with the performance gain we have. About the performance gain itself, it's a little bit more possible than we gonna show you now on the dyno. So actually possible is around 320, 325 horsepower. However, we decided against it because we want to offer the product together, at least in Germany, together with an official approval, and therefore we have to lower the performance slightly to meet the regulations. So the official values will be 300 horsepower on our shop, depending on the stock performance of the car. It could go up to 310, 312, but will be in the area of around 300 horsepower or 310 horsepower around that area, with a tolerance of about 5%, I would say. Let's walk over to the screen and talk about the final performance figures. So we measured the car now with 312 horsepower and 427 Newton meters of torque. As you can see, torque gain all over the RPM range. As always, orange thick is tuned, or orange is torque, thick line is tuned, red is horsepower, blue is real horsepower, thick line tuned, thin line stock. Gain all over the RPM range, really smooth. And what I mentioned at the beginning, that we tested and developed a lot of files. What we try to achieve is that the torque, how the torque kicks in, is really smooth here at the beginning, and that is what we definitely achieved, and that is the feedback we got from the clients who tested that new version already. Running right now at around 2.5 bar boost pressure. In stock the car is running 2.2. In the dash it will show 2.1, but actually measured at the sensors it's 2.2, and with the tune it's around 2.5, so still in a total safe area. And as we saw the values just a few minutes ago, exhaust gas temperature, lambda values, everything is still in a perfect safe area. I'm pretty much looking forward to the 100-200 measurements to see how fast the car will actually be. Around the 12 seconds area would be really cool. Let's see if we can achieve that, and let's move to the Autobahn.
Alright guys, so back in the Golf VIII GTI, but this time with the RaceChip GTS Black Performance Enhancement with above 300 horsepower, so the difference definitely should be noticeable. So let's see how it pulls now.
So driving around now with 310 horsepower, as we saw on the dyno, it's a huge improvement over stock.
Yeah, definitely faster, like a lot faster. And again, it's pretty much for what VW is known for, because the previous generations of GTIs with the 2.0 TSI have also been wildly capable, meaning that you can get a lot more performance out of the engine than VW offers in stock.
The car is just more enjoyable to drive, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more punch, or a lot more punch to be honest. And if you drove with the tuned version, actually the stock one is kind of boring a little bit.
It's just on a completely other level. I mean, when you drove this tuned, look at it, there's no way you're going back to stock. Just no way. There are cars where you think, okay, it's nice to have a little bit more performance, but stock is nice as well. But with this, if you drove it tuned, you won't go back to stock, I promise you, because it's just not possible.
Yeah, the tune suits the car so well. We experimented a lot with how the torque curve should start, so it's enjoyable to drive still as in front-wheel drive. Yeah, it took us several tries and runs and software files versions to get it as we would like to. But it's awesome. It's so enjoyable to drive. No issues with that performance on a front-wheel drive car.
And yeah, the performance is just pretty much on the level of a Golf R, as long as you have the grip, of course. And with this performance, with the tune, it's basically a package for the money, which is really impressive in terms of how much power you get for your money.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure we can drop the 100 to 200 times by a lot, and I would say let's head over to the Autobahn and see by how much we can actually drop the time.
Since Dani made a wish for our 12 seconds time earlier on, obviously our GTI didn't want to disappoint. With a corrected time of 12.1 seconds, he even almost managed to get into 11 seconds territory, which is impressive for a 4-cylinder engine. The only faster cars with 2-liter capacity we've measured so far are the tuned Alpine A110, as well as the current generation Mercedes A45 AMG. On the other hand, this means that our GTI is faster than a lot of other tuned 2-liter hot hatches, as for example the BMW M135i, the A35 AMG or the Mini Clubmine Junk Cooper Works. If you're interested in the 100 to 200 times, check out the link to our acceleration high score in the video description. With the finished RaceChip performance boost for our Mark 8 GTI, the first and most important task is done. But of course, we're not gonna let the car sit around from now on, but instead there will be numerous modifications coming to the car in the next weeks and months. In case you want to stay up to date, consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.